안녕하세요. 영국 런던에 있는 이건입니다. 저는 지금 토트넘 핫스퍼 트레이닝 센터 앞에 있습니다. 토트넘과 울버햄튼가 토트넘 이제 내일 울버햄튼의 홈구장인 몰리뉴 스타디움에서 열리게 되는데요. 이 경기를 앞두고 포스테코글루 토트넘 감독이 기자회견을 가졌습니다. 특히나 이번 기자회견 같은 경우에는요, 미키 판더벤과 그리고 제임스 매디슨의 부상 여부가 상당히 지금 초미의 관심사로 떠올랐는데요. 여기에 대해서 어떤 상황에 있는지, 또 전체적인 포스테코글루 감독의 경기 예상에 대해서 한번 들어보도록 하겠습니다.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of time to enjoy the moment, do we? I'm glad you put it in there, but let's just get on to the real stuff. No, that's all good. Yeah, look, obviously, fair to say there was a fair bit sort of happening after Monday night. So, yeah, if I can go through them, Mickey, obviously, with a hamstring injury, which we kind of knew was fairly significant. So, yeah, he'll probably a couple of months for him, looking into the new year. Matters, a lot worse than we thought. Obviously, again, he came off with the ankle injury, but next day wasn't great, so we sent him off for a scan. So again, not great for him. So again, probably into the new year for him. Richie had the operation, which again, we kind of scheduled anyway because Richie's kind of been battling with it from day one, and with the international break coming up, we thought it was a good time to sort of get it done. He should only be, if everything goes well, a month, so not too long after the international break. They're the main ones. Obviously, we've got a couple of suspensions as well. And I think and Ben Davis is back and available. And I think everyone else is okay. Pedro's fine. No, he trained, no problem. Look, nothing really. My focus right now is we've still got a fair few games between now and January, and that's where my attention's got to be. The planning in terms of January has been in the works for a while. As I said last week, Johan's in the building now. That's his kind of area. He's getting his department together. He'll get all the information, and we just got to keep working to the plan we started with. I've said right at the start, we've only had one window trying to build a team. It was never going to happen in that one window. So we've got a plan. Whether that's January, whether that's the summer or beyond, and we'll work through that. But right now, what's important to me is we've got still a significant amount of games between now and January, and we want to make sure we're performing at a good level.
There's going to be some downs here as well as the ups.
Yeah, look, it was. Like I said, it was an unusual night, Monday night, but I think from our perspective, as I said after the game, it was hard to analyse, but we still had to analyse the game, and sort of our analysis was when it was first 20 minutes, I thought we were outstanding, probably the best we've played all year. Obviously there was a couple of moments in there. Then we lost our discipline, which kind of turned the game on its head in terms of just there was so much happening and so much not happening in terms of just playing football. It disrupted us. And then we went down to 10 men, and again I thought we coped not too bad. Obviously had down to 9 men, and I think the message in the end was that I think, as you said, the supporters appreciated the efforts of the players, which is important. I think that the players felt that, because ultimately I think that's what every supporter wants, that they see their players out there, the people representing their football club giving their all, but disappointed with the outcome, because it was a game that, like I said, we started really well and was well within our grasp to come out on top. So there's lessons in that as well. So, but it's just another opportunity for us to grow, as a group, as a football club, as a team. Yeah, I guess like all of them, any footballer, that's probably their biggest fear is that, and it's always the possibility of injury sort of disrupting, their careers, and he was obviously disappointed, but now it's about rehab and making sure that use this time to get strong and come back better than ever, and he's got good support in the building in terms of the medical team, sports science staff, and knowing Mickey and already the time I spent with him, he'll leave no stone unturned to make sure he comes back bigger and better. Yeah, look, it's they're all the absences are kind of have an effect on the team. I guess the unusual one for us, and again, I know many times in my career, if any, where we have such a disruption for one game. We've lost sort of almost 4 or 5 starters in one game. That's where 3 of our back 4. So that's where we kind of get affected more than anything else. I think if it was just Mickey, and obviously you'd miss him because of the qualities he has, as you said, it wouldn't disrupt us as much. But we've got to bring in 3 different players in the back 4, and that's the big challenge for us.
Given Wolves' front line playing in form, Cunha as well, is there a temptation on your part to change the way that you play just for this one game?
Yeah, there's always the temptation, but apart from chocolate, I'm pretty good at not giving in to temptations. Yeah, look, I'm not one that kind of just reacts off sort of the short-term stuff. Ultimately, we've tried to keep it as a normal week. Like I said, it is an extreme situation when you have so much sort of fallout from one game. But ultimately, it's about sort of preparing a team for this week. You can't sort of look too far beyond that because, as I've already seen, every game in the Premier League is a challenge, and Wolves is going to be a hell of a challenge for us. So, I think I don't want to sort of, veer away from kind of what our focus has been all along. Is every week we try and prepare and be ready for the next challenge. And even though it's unusual circumstance, that's what we've tried to do this week. Yeah, it is. Of course it is. But, I don't think it would take that for them to rally around. They do it every day. That's, ultimately that's what you want. You want them every day sort of wanting to give their all, give their best. They don't need extra motivation. So, we're aware of that. Obviously, we're going to have to make some changes for tomorrow. But, the guys who will come in have been training hard to understand how we want to play, and will come in and give everything they can to try and make us successful. Eric's been part of this football club for a very long time, and every day again he's another one who's just he's trained hard. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities, as he said, but that's because we've been pretty settled in terms of our back four, and we haven't had the need to put him in there. But he's always been ready to be called up, and now he gets the opportunity. I thought he did well the other night. It was a hard game to come into, and because firstly he's come on with 10 men, and then he's had to play with 9 men, and as a defender, there's going to be some challenges there. But I thought he handled it really well, and just his experience I think will be important for us, particularly with Mickey's absence and obviously Romero being out for 3 games. Just his experience at this level I think will be important to us.